Hello Aries, welcome to your June Zodiac wheel. I'm Elise, I'm glad you have joined me. Antennas up Aries, while I focus for you into the frequency. I ask my angels and guides to join me in divine light, love and peace, to share any messages that come through for Aries, for their highest good and for the good of all concerned. Oh, thank you. First up, Queen of Swords. Bit of a nice icy kind of energy there with the Queen of Swords. And we also have clarity coming through here with the Ace of Swords. Page of Pentacles. Messages about your money, finances. Three of Swords. Highly emotional here with that Three of Swords. The Hangman. Making some sacrifices or feeling that you have to make a sacrifice, but it's a willing sacrifice, Aries, so that's looking good. And it will bring strength. It will make you stronger. So, and it'll make your position a bit stronger as well. So maybe not as much of a sacrifice as what you thought. Heed your own counsel with the Hermit. Listen to your own logic. And then the Magician there, showing you have the ability, you've got the skills, you've got the knowledge. You can do this. King of Pentacles. That's a good sign for financial improvement. The Midas touch there. Three of Cups. Celebration. Also a timing card is how I see it. And that is the time of 3. Eight of Cups, letting you know all is not lost. You do have to make sacrifices, but you know that. And the Four of Cups, feeling a bit melancholy. Here in the first house with the Queen of Swords, this is showing leadership and loyalty. Now, she is the Ice Queen, so she's showing here that you've probably, gone a bit cold on an idea, which can be affecting others as you being stubborn or aloof. Okay? And the Ace of Swords here in your area of finance and self-worth and your resources that you're able to provide for yourself, you have victory. And once the victory comes, it can't be taken away. So this is a very good sign for success and triumph for you here, Aries. So you will be getting some clarity. Even though, with Uranus there in that second house, you do experience sudden changes in your income. Money could be going in one hand and out the other. But ultimately, the Ace of Swords is clarifying that for you. And it's also letting you know that you can create new, original, money-making ideas, I feel. Alright? Now, here in the area of communication, you have the Page of Pentacles. So there's a strategy being put in place here, because you're determined to get ahead and stay focused. And you will be staying focused. There's a lot of energy here for you, Aries, in the third house, being ruled by Gemini, because you've got Venus retrograde in Gemini from May 13th. It went retrograde last month, and it's staying retrograde right through until June. June the 15th, Venus stations direct and then goes direct from from there on. Now, after the 25th of June, the Venus in Gemini vibration is one that carries a mystical quality with it. And there is a need for reformation of the natural order and returning to cosmic perfection. So there's lots of things for you to work with here, and it's all connected to timing. So in the meantime, if you can't yet push forward in the direction that you want to go, or get your communication across at the moment while Venus is still retrograde, you may find that researching or looking into family history might be enjoyable for you. And looking after yourself as well as others is also indicated with that Venus in Gemini there. And this is also the area of networking in your neighbourhood and staying local, or keeping your attention on your local area, which is a really good thing for us all to be doing now, to support local people with buying their produce, things like that, helping the average business or company, not necessarily just going to the big corporation companies, which have been helpful through the lockdown, because we're not out of the pandemic yet. We're still in the pandemic, but you know, a lot of places will be opening up now and having a little bit more freedom for everybody, and I just feel helping and supporting in the local community is paramount to our way forward. Now, also with that Gemini frequency, because the Sun will also be in Gemini, and the North Node is in Gemini here in the third house too. So you can see how that is really lifting the vibration there. And communication is the key, and enjoying intellectual relationships which exchange ideas, and really getting into that vibration of being curious and communicating in our relationships. And if you're getting restless or bored, this is a part of the energies that you're picking up on. So it's good, if you're feeling bored, it's a good time to enrich your intelligence. a lot more quick thinking is going to be taking place here through the Venus in Gemini, as well as the Sun in Gemini and the North Node in Gemini. So there isn't a desire to strive for peace as well, and work on gentle communication based on love, compassion, and kindness and understanding. Okay? Because we are looking at our worldly reality at the moment, and especially throughout June. We've got our fantasy of what we want our world to be, and then we have the reality of what it actually is. Alright? So there is a lot of turmoil out there. And things can easily get blown out of proportion. So the quest is to understand the interaction and how to interact better with people, and what we need to leave behind, what systems aren't working for us, or what ways of going about things are not working. Anything that causes destruction or damage or harm isn't working. So a new way is needed to be born out of it all. Okay? So really listen to other people's truths. Remember to walk your talk. So practice what you preach. Now here in the area of home and family, and this is at the base of the matter, you've got the Three of Swords. So there is some heartache there from choices that need to be made. Okay, so you may have to be in a situation where you're leaving some things behind. Or you could actually be sorting out a love triangle. This will be highlighted. The home and family area is going to be highlighted and illuminated for here the 21st of June, because the solar eclipse is taking place here in Cancer on the 21st of June. Okay, so there's a desire there to change the family or domestic dynamics, or the beginnings and the endings. And there's also affecting that is the Mercury in Cancer as well. And the Mercury in Cancer is going to be going retrograde in Cancer from the 18th of June through to the 21st of July. So there's a bit of a trickster energy there. And Murphy's Law. So reorganize, redo, review, and reassess. And if necessary, reschedule. Now here with the sacrifice with the Hangman, you have a transition taking place in the area of matters of the heart, love affairs, whether they be with your partner or with someone new in your life. This is also to do with children, your joy. So the Hangman represents spiritual independence, initiation of some description. There's also isolation associated with the Hangman. So you still may not be able to go out into your normal activities and hobbies. There may be something that you're still in, you know, in limbo. And here in your day-to-day life, your work and health, service you give, and your habits, daily routine, working environment, co-workers, you have strength. And the strength is letting you know that you can, there is a time here where you're reconciling your passions, that you have endurance and inner strength, and it's a good sign there for any health orientated activities that you need to look into or take care of. Strength is physical endurance and health, so I'm really liking seeing that there. Now here in the partnerships you have the Hermit. So there's a desire in you to withdraw and become the seeker within. You like to rely on your independent values here. And it's also a very healthy card as well, about, you know, your mental health as well as your medical health. And that is also pertaining to partners, whether they're business partners or relationship partners. So in a relationship, you may be feeling like you want to, you know, some time out or some space around you, or the both of you may be wanting to just have some time together without too many other people around interfering, really. But great wisdom is being used there, and you can trust the guidance. You're not going to lead each other astray. And here you have the Magician in the area of joint resources and support from other people. So the Magician is letting you know that you can create quite successfully here the resources that you need. You also have somewhere you can turn to receive help, and if you ask for help. The Magician is about creation, and it's the Alchemist card. Alright? And you know, keeping your focus is very important here, and keeping anyone that you're in joint business with or joint collaborations, keeping them focused on the road ahead as well, because there is that trickiness about June, with the trickster energy being very prominent, with Mercury and the Gemini energy being quite strong here through June. So yeah, just be aware that no one's trying to hoodwink you either, okay? But it's nonetheless, if that is the case, it looks like it's somebody that is connected to your home or family, not so much someone from the outside. So I do feel that this area is to do with insurances, bank loans, inheritances. It's also business and contracts, but I'm feeling to hold back from signing any really important documents, and if you do, sign them before the 18th of June, and otherwise wait until after the 12th of July to sign anything important, if you can. Alright? Now here in the area of long distance travel and higher knowing and education, you've got the King of Pentacles. This is the Midas touch card. This is saying to you that there is that sense of responsibility, not only to your career but also to your family and your loved ones and friends. This King of Pentacles is letting you know that financially there is a success ahead. And for in a woman's reading, if you're a female, having this King of Pentacles present himself is letting you know that there is a caring man that is either already in your life or certainly coming into your life, as this area is about the future. And he's in your outer world at the moment. And for Aries males, this is letting you know that, you know, you are going to be able to provide for that special someone in your life. You're in a good position. So you're a good catch, in other words. Yeah, so now in career, you have rejoicing. And there's a lot of optimism about your career and your professional life, and performing rituals and ceremony. So there may be a invitation to wedding or christening or something like that, but there's optimism and growth coming through here for formal celebrations. So now the other interesting thing here too that's significant through the next 18 months is the energies connected with the 9th house area, being about the lunar eclipse in Sagittarius on the 6th of June. So just remember there's two sides to every story. Okay? And your quest is to learn to see life from other people's point of view and share with others the meaning of life and speak from the higher mind and expanding consciousness. And that way you'll be able to give yourself time to think about the big picture and communicate your ideas in a way that can help and teach others. And here in the career area, the zenith of our wheel, along with the celebrations and the very good sign of rejoicing and optimism with the 3 of Cups, we've also got a very optimistic planet in there, which is Jupiter. Now, even though Jupiter is retrograde, it still is a favourable phase in your life being initiated with Jupiter in this area. So Jupiter will be retrograde until the 13th of September. So there may be shifts and changes or a split in your usual group, and that will maybe take you out of sort of like looking at things with tunnel vision of this is the only way and this is all I've got, and start you in looking at new activities and meeting more like-minded people. So listen to your body too. Always, you know, listen to your body. It's just letting you know that maybe you need to take some rest, because there could be some demanding projects that you might have to tackle with that Jupiter energy. And always keeping in mind that Jupiter is initiating a new path of your life to unfold, which could include publishing or teaching. Okay? Now, with it retrograde, you could be navigating intense difference of opinion within your career or regarding public reputation. But if that's the case, I feel that you're going to come through, because you've got the King of Cups there. If you are negotiating your way through differences of opinion. So choose your battles wisely, because the universal spiritual perceptives need to be remembered now. And by remembering that, you know that what you focus on is what becomes your reality. Okay? So Pluto is joining Jupiter, they're conjunct together. So the Pluto in retrograde energy gives that ultimate test. So there is going to be initiations that need to be taken or gone through. So it really does want to get to the deepest aspects of our soul. So that Pluto retrograde wants to get really right into what makes your soul really move, and bring your inner nature to the fore, so that you can come from a place of honesty and integrity. Now, this Pluto retrograde really wants us all to become more civilized. Okay? And the axis is 10th house to 4th house. So it can feel a bit unsettling for one's security, because it's the polarity between true security and superficial security. And there has been some upset with that sense of security. Okay? Now, here in the area of hopes and wishes and what you are manifesting, you have the 8 of Cups. So this may be a time that you do see yourself venturing out into the world alone. But Aries, that's because you're such a pioneer. That doesn't mean that you're not going to meet people along the way. And this again is an area that is the future orientated part of the wheel. So this is what's to come. So you will sort of be pioneering, which is really in tune with your wonderful pioneering spirit there. So you are dealing with friendships and with groups of people. Your hopes and dreams are being manifested, even if you do have to make new acquaintances. With Saturn retrograde until the 29th of September, there's a reassessment there of your power and your authority and your priorities, and of time itself, because time is very strange at the moment. It's going so fast, but everything's going so slow. It's that kind of feeling. And yeah, so be purposeful and hard working during this time, because once Saturn goes direct from the 29th of September, then you can really be capable of achieving those goals and seeing things manifest. So it's really important of what you focus on now, and the work you do now, and what you're putting in place now here through June. Okay? So you may not have huge groups of friends, but you do have very serious handful of friendships and the friends that you select now will very much likely be in your life for a long time to come. Now here with the 4 of Cups, in the area of what's hidden and our subconscious, the psychic house, okay, the health and karmic debt is also associated with this 12th house area, which is governed by Pisces. And we have Neptune in Pisces and Mars in Pisces as well. And Mars is never really quite comfortable in Pisces, but it is going to enhance our psychic intuition and our ability to amplify our psychic abilities. Okay? And a word of warning here too with this Mars in Pisces is be careful not to fall for the wrong person or become obsessed with the wrong person, because Neptune is going retrograde on the 23rd of June, and it's sort of a bit confusing when Neptune goes retrograde for a lot of people, especially for the determined blunt shooting Aries. So just remember that Neptune dissolves your previous attitudes and perspectives, and it can also dissolve your idea of a perfect world, so that we have to sort of shift and change with the actual reality of the world, which isn't really cheering you up that much, because the Four of Cups is saying to you that what you're being offered doesn't really appeal to you, or someone may be offering you something that is like, you know, yeah, we can do that, or we can have that, but no strings attached. Okay? It is to do with the emotion, so it affects you emotionally, and it also can be connected to new friendships as well, the Four of Cups. So just really let your heightened sense of the divine within you really lift. Really tune in those antennas at this time through June. Okay, you may want to actually sort of withdraw or incubate, so that's probably fine. If you're able to take that time out for yourself, then I would, because that can help you to truly be reborn into the awakening that can develop out of it, making way for a new way for you to perceive your reality. So I will just here ask for the divine direction. What message is there to do with Aries, home and family, with the Three of Swords in that area? What is the message there for Aries? Oh, oh dear, excuse me. Okay. And we have this one, and it is saying move, get up and get active. Try gentle exercise such as yoga, tai chi or Pilates. Or it may literally mean move. So there may be a move, change of residence happening. Aries, and for your message from the angels. What message is there for Aries for June? What is the message for Aries here through June? Thank you. And your message is the Angel of Power, and it's number 26. Bit of a superwoman there. Okay, so you are going to be able to stay in your power. And that's not having power over others, that is controlling how you think and how you react. Stay in your power, Aries. And the confirmation card. Animal medicine. Message for Aries. We have penguin. Unsuited. So penguin, don't be like an awkward penguin waddling along on the ice floe, slipping and sliding in an unsuitable environment with Chaplin's balance. You can bounce back up when you fall and gamely adapt, but ultimately you need conditions that bring out your best. I feel that that is about that trickster energy. So just be careful, because there is a lot of tricky stuff, and there's both sides of things going to be really presented to us through, you know, so if there's, you know, the life force, there's the death wish. So that is the duality there of that Gemini, and the tricky navigating through that. Okay, so just be careful not to be slipping or sliding. Check all your health and safety issues as well, Aries, okay? Or also it may be due to an incident that took place that you need to revisit and review. So thank you, Aries, for joining me. Thank you so much for subscribing. I am sending much love and peace out to you all. I hope you are all safe and stay well, and until next month, namaste.